Hey guys, welcome to class today. My name is Jillian and I'll be instructing you. I'm super excited to get into this early morning flow with you all. So slip into something comfortable, grab your mat, and let's get ready to move. Welcome to your mats today. We're going to begin in a cross-legged position, nice and comfortable, seated. If you usually take one leg in front of the other, we're going to go ahead and swap those today, just to create some balance and switch it up a bit. Okay, so from here, we're going to just relax into our body, ease into the practice today. We can stack our head over our heart and our heart over our pelvis, so a nice elongated straight spine. Lengthen through the crown of the head. We're going to roll the shoulders up, back, and down the back body. We can take our palms face down or face up on the knees, whichever you prefer today, and gently float the eyes closed. So we're just starting to tune in here. Starting to tune into our breath. Slowly deepen your breath through the nostrils and exhale through the mouth. Take about 3 to 5 breaths here. Connect to your body. On the inhale, send the breath all the way down to the pelvic floor, to your sit bones. And gush it out through the mouth on the exhales. Okay, and we're just going to deepen our pranayama today with some sectional breathing. So maybe float the eyes open and just take a glance at the video here. I'm going to take one hand or one palm to my chest and one palm to my lower belly. So here I'm really going to divide up my breathing. Starting with the low belly, I inhale, expanding into a Buddha belly, and then I finish up the inhale by breathing into the chest. I hold here for a moment. And on the exhale, I release through the chest and then through the belly. So we're breathing in parts. It really helps us to focus and to tune in and create a stronger mind-body connection. So we can take this at our own pace. I'll guide you through the first breath. Inhale through the low belly, expanding it nice and wide. Follow up with through the chest. Hold and exhale through the chest, and then the low belly gushes out. Beautiful. Take this at your own pace with your own breath. Take about 3 to 5. Connect further with your body today. Really expanding through the low belly and then the chest. Look at this as a challenge, a new opportunity to deepen your pranayama practice. Take one more sectional breath. Inhale. And exhale. Beautiful work, guys. We can float the eyes open, the palms can come down to the knees. We're just going to start to move the body a little bit more. Small morning movements today. So we'll begin with some neck circles. So on the exhale, we tuck the chin, and then on the inhale, we're going to come up. So work with your breath here. We're going to move nice and slow in either direction. Tucking the chin on the exhale, and inhale. Lengthen. Moving nice and slowly. We get the full range of motion here. Really feeling it through the sides of the neck, tucking the chin. I feel it in the back. On your next breath, reverse the cycle, so switching directions. Moving with the breath. Try to vision yourself creating circles with your nose into the earth. Give your next circle some intention, yo. When you're ready, we'll come back to neutral. Beautiful. Roll the shoulders out. Start to take some side body stretches here. So I'm going to take the right fingertips and walk them out towards the side of my mat. I ground down through both hip joints, and the left arm comes up and over, so my left bicep is reaching towards my left ear. Grounding down through that left hip joint really keeps the lower back safe. Broaden through the collarbones. Inhale. And exhale. Come back to neutral. Take a breath here. Neutralize the spine. And we'll do the same thing on the left side. So left fingertips walk out. And we'll keep that right hip crease grounded as the right bicep comes to the right ear. Nice side body stretch. Just starting to get the blood flowing. Opening through the chest. Fingertips reach. And on your next breath, we'll come back to center. Roll out the shoulders. And from here, we're just going to float the arms up. So imagine as if we're holding like a beach ball over our head. So we're really going to intentionally keep the arms up as the shoulders roll down the back body. We can even take the pinkies backwards. So that'll help us externally rotate through those shoulder blades, shoulder joints. And from here, we're going to ground down through the sit bones and keep some integrity through that low belly. So we're really lengthening through the low back. Lengthen through the crown of the head. Inhale, reach up just a little higher. Feel the stretch in the side bodies. And start to feel the stretch in the front and the back body. So we're really getting a full body 110% experience here. Breathing in, feeling all that energy in your arms, in the sides. Maybe wiggle through the fingertips and the toes. Give a little smile. And exhale. Float the fingertips down. Beautiful work, guys. Okay, I think it's about time we can hop onto our hands and knees. So let's get into a tabletop position. So today I'm just going to take it a little wider than our traditional tabletop, so I'm going to walk the knees just a tad back. My wrists are directly underneath my shoulders, and my knees are just a little bit further back than my hip joints. Okay, from here we're just slowly going to move through our cat and cows. If you don't know what that looks like, I'll walk you through it. If you do, go right ahead. Let's get it on. I'm going to inhale, drop my belly and open through my chest. My gaze comes up towards the sky. And on the exhale, I push the mat away as I tuck my tailbone, tuck my chin towards the chest, and round my upper back. I do the same thing. Inhale, drop the belly, opening through the chest. Carve a line into the earth with the nose as you gaze up. And exhale, moving with the breath, cat pose. So rounding the back, just like a black cat on Halloween. Beautiful. Moving with your breath at your own pace, starting to wake up through the spine. These movements are great for igniting digestion, getting blood flow and oxygen to the intrinsic spinal muscles, great for posture. And it's a beautiful warm-up just to start your day with. And on your next exhale, we'll meet in a neutral spine, coming back to that sort of tabletop position. We're going to elongate through the crown and the tailbone. And we're just going to start to take some body rolls. So from here, I'm going to lower the chest towards the mat and swoop it to the left, round the back, and kind of swing it to the right. So I lower the chest towards the mat to the left, and around the back, swing it to the right. So I'm just creating circles, some body rolls, moving with my breath just like a cat and cow. This is just some variations to wake up the body. When you're ready, reverse the cycle. Inhale, dropping the chest. Exhale, rounding the back. Beautiful. Moving nice and slow to get the full range of motion. Great work. Okay, coming back to a neutral spine. We'll lengthen through that spine once again. I'm going to take my knees just back up, just a tad. So now I have my knees directly underneath my hip points. And from here, I'm going to draw down through the top of that right foot. I'll start with the left leg. Inhale, left leg comes up. We can flex at the foot. I'm going to dial my toes inward so my left hip drops down. So they're not stacking upon each other, they're really squaring towards the earth. Awesome. So from here, I'm going to hollow out the chest and broaden through the upper back body. Nice. Engaging the core here, we lengthen through the lower back. So we're really envisioning our navel or our belly button coming in towards our spine. Nice. And lengthen through the crown of the head. Inhale, we're going to lift that right arm up so the right bicep comes to the right ear. Nice work. Engage the core, push the mat away with that left palm. Breathe here. Reach forward with your fingertips, backwards with your toes. You got this. Great work. So here, we're going to bend at that left knee. I'm going to swing my right arm back and reach for the top of my foot. If this is not accessible to you, you can always grab a towel or a strap, t-shirt, whatever you got laying around to try and help you grab a hold of that foot. And on my next exhale, I'm going to kick the foot up as I pull the foot towards me with my hand. Inhale. Exhale, open through the chest, kicking that foot up towards the sky. I also pull the foot back towards me with my right hand. I really feel it in that pec, strengthening through the core, finding my balance. Gaze is straight down. Beautiful work. Exhale, lowering. We're going to come back to that original position with the right bicep to right ear, left leg comes out, engaging the core. Slow transition here, lowering that front palm, and then the left knee. Great job. Send it back to a child's pose. I'm going to just take some pressure off my wrists by lifting up through the palms. I'm just on my fingertips here. Lower the forehead to the mat, send the hips back. Maybe rock side to side. Just find what feels good here, guys. Beautiful. Inhale to come back up. We're going to do the same thing on the other side. So I'm back in my tabletop position. And I am going to find my alignment once again. So my knees under my hips, wrists underneath my shoulders. Awesome. So I'm going to engage the core here, hollow out through the front body, and inhale, lift the right leg up. Flex at the feet, dial those toes in, so we're really squaring the hips towards the earth. push the mat away so we broaden through the upper back body, broaden through the shoulder blades. And whenever you're ready, engaging the core, finding stability, root to rise. Inhale, left arm up, left bicep to left ear. Nice and long, straight line. Beautiful work, guys. Engage the core. Shoulders away from the ears. Try not to hold any tension in the chest, in the jaw, in the face. Just breathe. And whenever you're ready, option to bend at the knee, and I'm going to reach back for the top of the foot. Inhale and exhale. Kick that foot up towards the sky. Oh, beautiful. Opening through the left chest. Keeping my gaze or my drishti down at the mat. Breathing deeply. Engaging the core, using my stabilizing muscles to keep me balanced. Great job. We're going to exhale, release back into that first pose. Take a breath here. And slow transition, lowering that left palm, followed by the knee. Oh, great job. Let's just take one child's pose here. If you want, I'm going to take a wide-legged child's pose. You could do it. Take the knees just as wide as the mat, send the hips back. That's nice. I like it. Beautiful work, guys. Take one breath here. And we're just going to do one more thing on our hands and knees, and then we'll get the whole body going. So I'm going to do some things called thread the needle. So we're in a tabletop position, finding our alignment once again. I'm going to inhale the right arm up, so my arms are coming to a T. I'm opening through the chest, gaze towards the sky. And on the exhale, I'm going to thread that right arm behind and through the left arm, and then lowering on the right shoulder, the cheek, the head comes down. I'm twisting through the upper spine. So I'm keeping my hips square towards the mat, just to keep the low back safe. I relax, breathe. If you want to get a little fancy, we can take the left fingertips and walk them forward, walk them up towards the front of the mat. And same thing with the left leg, we can take it to the back of the mat. So now we're in some sort of variation here, or we can just stay where we were, just getting the twist in the upper spine. Inhale, right arm comes up. Exhale, back to tabletop. Awesome, same thing on the other side. So inhale, left arm up, come to a T. And on the exhale, we'll thread the needle behind the right arm, lowering on the left shoulder. Head relaxes down, keeping square to the earth. Send the breath towards the twist. And inhale the arm back up. Great job, guys. So now I'm back in that tabletop position. I'm going to tuck the toes and send the hips back. Okay, so I'm going to reach back here and spread wide through all 10 of my toes because I really like to get some space in there, especially if you've been wearing shoes all day, it's like foot prison. Okay, so now I got a lot of space going in between the toes here, and my hips are back. I'm going to walk the fingertips forward and just get a side body stretch and open through the shoulders really quickly. I'm going to rock side to side, forehead comes to the mat. Spread the fingertips wide, and from here we're going to come into a down dog. So I'm going to slowly peel the knees off the mat,
and the hips come towards the sky. Awesome. So pedal the feet out. Open through the front body, the chest, the shoulders. Breathe deeply into this downward facing dog. The first one of the practice. Beautiful work. Awesome. From here, we're going to gaze in between the palms and slowly walk the feet up towards the hands. Nice. So I'm going to forward fold here. Just going to fix myself. Okay. So I'm going to forward fold. Just opening through the back body. Whew. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold once more. Inhale, lift the arms up overhead. And exhale, palms at the sides. Awesome. Take a deep breath here, finding a mountain pose. Just taking note of how you feel, the energy rushing around through your body. Welcome to your practice. Inhale, lift the arms up. And exhale, float the fingertips down, forward fold. Inhale, lift the spine halfway. And exhale, we're going to step both feet back into a plank pose. Engage the core, shift the weight forward onto the toes. And then we're going to release the knees, the chest, and the chin to the mat. So the butt is up towards the sky. Inhale, slide the chest through the palms, lower on the tops of the feet. I'm going to engage the back body and come to a cobra pose. I'm light on the palms. Tops of the feet are grounded down. I'm going to tuck the toes, exhale, send the hips up and back, and engage the core on your way to downward facing dog. Awesome. Take a couple of deep breaths here. Maybe pedal it out, walk your dog, wag your tail, shake the hips side to side. Beautiful. Stretching through the shoulders, roll them away from the ears. I like to keep my gaze in between the shins or the thighs. Awesome. From here, we're going to inhale the right leg up, so a three-legged dog, opening through the back body, the back of the legs. Maybe bend at the knee and take a couple of circles with the hips. Great. And from here, we're just going to turn on the core as we bring the knee to the nose and eventually plant that right foot in between the palms. Here we can lower on the back knee, so lower on the left side. And we can inhale, arms come up towards the sky. So I'm going to low lunge here, making sure that front knee is stacked over the front ankle. Arms come up. And we stretch that left hip flexor. Open through the chest, maybe a slight back bend. You can take a mudra with our hands or fingers. Whenever you're ready, exhale, palms come into prayer at heart center. Inhale, lengthen through the spine, the crown of the head. And check it out. Exhale, we're going to take the left elbow to the outside of the right thigh. Taking a twist here on the exhale. And lengthen through the crown of the head. And exhale to sink even deeper into that twist. Connecting to your breath. Opening through the hips. Strengthen the inner thighs in towards each other to stabilize so you can keep your balance. Beautiful work. Take one more deep breath. And we'll come back to center. Great job. Breathe, stabilizing your spine here. Arms can come up overhead. From here, we're going to open through the chest. So I'm going to take the left arm down, opening to the left side. I grab the inside of that left thigh. So my right arm is up, over, and reaching towards the back of my mat. Opening through the chest, finding new ways to move.
Lengthening through the crown of the head, stabilizing by strengthening the inner thighs together. Come back to center. Beautiful. We can plant the palms, framing the foot, and come onto the back toes. We're just going to step that right foot back and move through our vinyasa. So we can do the knees, chest, and chin like we did before, or we can come down into a chaturanga, lowering all the way down onto the belly, keeping the elbows in, and I'm just going to come up to a baby cobra. Beautiful. Tuck the toes, and we'll send it back to a downward dog. Okay, pedaling it out, taking a breath here. Always option to move through a child's pose whenever you feel the need. I'm going to inhale the left leg up, and same thing on the other side, so just bending at the knee, making those hip circles. Okay, and engage the core, bring your knee to nose, and then eventually left foot in between the palms. Lowering on that back knee. You might need to help the foot up there sometimes to get it in between the palms. So we're lowering on the back knee and the top of the back foot, making sure the front knee is stacked over the front ankle. I'm going to inhale my arms up and open through the chest. Anjaneyasana. Beautiful low lunge. From here, exhale, palms come to center. Lengthen through the spine, neutral spine here. And exhale, take that right elbow to the outside of the left thigh and come into your twist. Look up towards the sky. Breathing deeply. And coming back to center. Taking a breath here, stabilizing. I'm going to inhale my arms up. And same thing on the other side. I'm just going to open to the right side. Right arm grabs the inside of that right thigh. Nice left side body stretch. Opening through the right hip flexors and stabilizing. Okay, inhale, we can windmill the arms to frame the foot. And same thing, step that foot back to a plank pose, engage the core, and move through your vinyasa variation. Great job. So we'll all meet in a downward facing dog. Breathing deep here. Take a moment. Okay, and inhale, right leg comes up. We're going to engage the core once more, and we'll come up to a high lunge. So warrior one, Virabhadrasana 1 variation. So front ankle is stacked under the front knee, just like before, except this time the back knee is going to stay up. The heel of the foot is off the mat, the back heel. So inhale, arms come up, inner thighs strengthen towards each other, just like before. Engage the core, root to rise. Awesome work. From here, we can rain the fingertips down, and we're just going to straighten through that front knee and send the hips back. Lengthen through the spine, so nice and straight here. Inhale, and exhale, fold forward on towards that front leg. If it helps, you can take your right thumb and peel the right hip crease back so you really square your hips and get even more of a stretch in that right hamstring. Inhale to lengthen, exhale to sink deeper, hinging at the hip crease, making sure not to round through the spine.
Awesome work. From here we can plant the palms. I'm just gonna slide my foot back to a downward dog. Awesome. You might need to bend it or just help it to get there. Same thing on the other side, so inhale, left leg up, engage the core, you got this, and take that left foot in between the palms. Awesome, so same thing, inhale to a high lunge, so stacking the front ankle, front knee, engage those inner thighs towards each other, turn on the core, tuck the tailbone, open the chest, roll the shoulders down. Great. Back heel is off the mat, on the toes. Turning on the glutes because they do get lazy. And exhale, rain the fingertips down. Straighten through that front knee and lengthen through the spine. Exhale, folding forward, hinging at the hips. Great job. Connecting to your breath. Option to rock back and forth. You can always take that left thumb and peel the left hip crease back so you get even more of a stretch. Breathing deep. Plant the palms and just slide the left foot back. Downward facing dog. Great job. Inhale, gaze between the palms. We're going to lift up onto the toes, bend the knees, and just hop it up to the front of the mat. Awesome. We're going to come to a halfway lift here. Bend at the knees. I want to see the toes. I don't want my knees to cover the toes. So I'm going to send the hips backwards. I'm going to plant through all four corners of the feet. Keep my spine nice and long. Just going to sway my fingertips here, touching the mat. And on the inhale, arms come up, coming into chair pose. Sending the hips back. We tuck the tailbone down and engage the core. We can bring the pinkies to the back of our mat to externally rotate through those shoulders and lengthen through the crown of the head. Turn on the glutes, turn on the quads. Breathe deeply here. Awesome. Sending the hips back just a little bit deeper. Inhale. And exhale, straighten through the legs. Forward fold. Great job, guys. So we're just going to heel toe the feet as wide as the mat. I'm going to see my feet turn to a 45-degree angle outward, so my toes are pointing out and my heels come in. My fingertips are on the mat. You can rock side to side. We're going to come into a malasana squat here, a yogi squat. So if you know what you're doing, go right ahead. I'm going to ease into it here by just squatting up and down, getting a little glute workout in between. Great, so I'm sending my hip creases towards the mat. If you'd like to take a block or a stack of books, bolster, anything to sit on it underneath your sit bones, that'd be great. It really helps in this posture. I don't have anything, so I'm just gonna let it fly. So I'm pushing down through my heels and turning on the glutes. I'm pushing out my knees with my elbows, but I'm also pushing my elbows in with my knees. So I'm creating a sensation here, opening through the chest, lengthening through the crown of the head. I release any and all tension in my face, in my jaw. Come back to my breath. Ah, lovely. Option to sway side to side. It might help for you guys if you don't get your heels all the way down. You can roll up a blanket and put it under your heels. Otherwise, changing your stance might help. Lengthening through the crown of the head and the spine. Really opening through the hips here. And just to get out, I'm going to take my fingertips, one hand in front, one hand in back, and just sit down. Beautiful.
Here we can go into a Baddha, a bound ankle pose. Love this. So I'm going to take my soles of the feet together, my knees splay wide, and about 12-16 inches in between my sacral bone and my heels. So just to give you a little gauge. Plant down through the sit bones and inhale, lengthen the spine. Okay, I'm going to take my fingertips, like interlace my fingers around my toes. Inhale to lengthen and exhale, fold at the hip joints. I take my elbows on the outside of my shins just to help me go a little bit deeper into the stretch. Your feet can splay open like a book to really open through the hip joint here. So hopefully there's no pressure in the knees. If there is, maybe elevate your hips. It takes pressure off. So any pain there we want to relieve. Inhaling to lengthen and exhale, sink a little deeper, making sure not to round through the back as much as you can. Okay, take another deep breath. Great job. I'm going to come back to seated and take my knees together. I'm going to lower the top half of my body onto the mat. All right, so now I am coming into bridge pose. Love it. So I plant through all four corners of my feet about hips width, hips distance. I can just touch the back of my heels, so that's where they should be. And from here I'm going to plant my palms on the mat, lift the hips up. Here I'm engaging the core already, and I don't want my knees to go inward or outward. I want them to stay parallel. I'm going to interlace my fingers behind my back and my shoulders inch together. So now my shoulder blades are coming close towards each other. There's still some space between the chest and the chin. And I push the hips up by turning on the glutes. I engage the core. My lower ribs kind of knit together, if you can envision that. It's kind of a fancy way of turning on your core. Opening through the chest. Keeping those legs parallel, keep the lower back safe. And really turn on those thighs and those glutes. Keep the eyes open and engaged. Breathe deeply. And exhale, lowering one vertebrae at a time. I slowly lower my hips down. Great job. Option to take another. I'm going to skip it today. I'm just going to take a little breath in between, neutralize my spine. And here I'll take a happy baby just to start to finish up my practice. So I'm going to take my soles of the feet up towards the sky and reach for the outside of my feet. If it helps, the inside arches might feel a little nicer. If you can't quite get there, just grab your shins and bring the knees towards the armpits. I just want to make sure that your shoulders and your tailbone are glued towards the mat, glued to the earth. Okay, so I'm going to take the outside arches of my feet. I let gravity do the work. My knees fall into my armpits. Opening through the hip joints. I relax in the face, the shoulders, maybe even rock side to side. Soft smile. Happy baby, I love this pose. Awesome. Lower your feet to the mat. And from here you can take any other supine twists, any other Supta Baddha Konasana poses, or any other poses you would like before your Shavasana. I'm going to jump straight in today. I'm going to lower the knees, lengthen through the legs. I relax through my entire body as my arms come to my sides and the palms face up towards the sky. Close the eyes. Try and find peace within the environment around you. Come to stillness. Remove your tongue from the roof of your mouth. Release any tension in your jaw, your eyes, your eyebrows, your cheekbones. Relax your toes out wide. And breathe deeply here for the remainder of your Savasana. Option to pause the video and continue. I'm going to end it here. Thank you all so much for allowing me to guide you through this yoga flow. If you feel as energized and as refreshed as I do, please like this video and subscribe to my channel. If you guys like my yoga leggings, I will leave a link in the description. Little birdie. I'll leave a link in the description for the leggings as well as a 15% off code. Yeah, so thank you all so much again, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day. Namaste.